Hello students, nice to be back with you after a very long time. Hope you are working towards shaping your personalities and taking a very keen interest in the subject of personality development. Only one thing that I would like to tell you, dear students, is that you will get a lot of material in these lectures, magazines, journals, internet, on the subject of personality development, but it is very, very important for you to put it into practice. Whatever knowledge you are acquiring, it is important that you utilize that knowledge. If you don't use that knowledge, if you don't put it into action, of what use is that knowledge? Please write down the formula. Knowledge plus implementation is equal to skill. अगर आपके पास नॉलेज है, आप उसको यूटिलाइज नहीं कर रहे हो, यूज नहीं कर रहे हो, उसका बेनिफिट जीरो होगा. आई विल गिव यू एन एग्जाम्पल. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, द ऑक्सीजन इन द मॉर्निंग एयर एट 5:30 is very good for the physical and mental health. So we must go out for a walk at 5:30 in the morning. This is knowledge. How many of us are having this knowledge? Almost all of us. How many of us are actually going out for a walk at 5:30 in the morning? Very few of us. So the ones who are not going out for a walk at 5:30 in the morning, will they get the benefit of oxygen in the morning air? Not at all. हो गई ना knowledge waste? It is a complete waste. Well, dear students, knowledge is not a trophy which is to be kept in your drawing room, that you dust it every day and just decorate it in your drawing room. Knowledge is meant to be utilized. Every bit of knowledge that you are getting, please utilize it every day and to the best of your capacity to better your life and to enrich your life. That is the meaning of knowledge. So dear students, I hope I have your promise that you are going to utilize every bit of knowledge that you get from here and you will better your life every day and in every way. Please write down the formula once again. Knowledge plus implementation is equal to skill. Now with that promise of yours, I am sure you have given me the promise and you will keep that promise and you are going to use every bit of knowledge from the very next day. Why the very next day? You can use it from today itself. So let us start with the topic for the day. The topic for the day is family etiquettes. Gone are the days when the human being was living in the jungle, in complete isolation, in complete seclusion. He was very happy eating the fruits and the roots. He was very happy wearing minimal clothing. In fact, the primitive man was wearing leaves and barks, and he was very happy with that. He was very content. There was no civilization, there was no society, there was no education. But we are living in a very, very privileged world. We have a lot of things with us. The modern man is very keen on progress and he has lot of facilities and amenities for progressing. The modern man wants to progress at a very, very fast rate, at the local level, at the national level and at the international level. The spirit of progress is very, very competitive. Whether it be rural or whether it be urban, man has become very progressive by nature. So can it happen like magic that he is going to get up one day and he is just going to progress? No, for that he requires a lot of skill. He needs to move around in the society, he needs to interact with the people, he needs a code of behavior, he needs decorum, he needs so many things. Another thing which he needs if he wants to progress is etiquettes. Yes, etiquettes simply means manners. The modern man badly requires the knowledge of manners and etiquettes. It is with this knowledge of manners and etiquettes that he is going to be able to progress and he is going to be able to move ahead in life. Now, where is he going to get this knowledge of manners and etiquettes? Well, there are a lot of B schools, personality development institutes which are giving you this knowledge of etiquettes. and there is a whole list of etiquettes. You have social etiquettes, you have telephone etiquettes, you have travel etiquettes, you have international etiquettes, family etiquettes, dining etiquettes. So many types of etiquettes are there. But dear students, the first lessons on etiquettes are invariably learnt within your own family. It is in your own home that you learn the first lessons on manners and etiquettes. Haven't you heard of this saying, charity begins at home? So this brings us to the very important institution of family. Family is a wonderful institution that we all are blessed with. I think we all should be very grateful to God to have this institution, to be blessed with this institution. It is a very, very important institution. I hope you understand the importance of the institution of family. Dear students, your friends might come and go, but it is your family which stands by you through the thick and thin like an anchor. So don't you think you owe it to your family to give your best to the family? Yes, of course you do. You might be the best friends with your family members, or you might be the worst enemies with some of your family members, but nevertheless, the family is very, very important. You might stay miles away from your family members, or you might stay under the same roof, but you are definitely connected with a very, very strong thread with your family members. Your family might have 4, 5, 6 or 7 people, but definitely problems are bound to be there, conflicts are bound to be there, fights are bound to be there. जहाँ 4 बर्तन होंगे वहाँ आवाज तो होगी ही, बर्तन खनकेंगे ही. It is very normal, no problem. But we can all solve these problems by simple conflict management techniques or by communication skills. यहाँ तक भी जाने की जरूरत नहीं है. If you follow simple family etiquettes, I think half of your problems are going to dissolve, or half the problems might not be there at all. So family etiquettes works as a magic to keep the family together and to keep the family very, very happy. Family etiquettes? Oh God, another rule book? No, my dear students, it is not a big rule book at all. They are just very simple, choti-choti baatein which you have to keep in mind, and if you keep these choti-choti baatein in mind, their effect is very large. Well, you will have to try it to see the effect of these very, very simple things. So let us see what this family etiquettes is all about. Let us talk about the first family etiquette, which is extremely simple but extremely important. The first family etiquette, which all the families must strictly follow, is that all the members of the family must sit over the dining table to eat one meal at least together. है ना बहुत सिंपल सी बात, बट क्या फॉलो होती है फैमिलीज में? आजकल इतनी फॉलो नहीं हो पाती है. At least during the day, it is not possible for the family members to sit down together and have a meal. Why is this happening? This is happening because the world has become a very, very competitive place. People are running here and there. The man of the house is working very hard. Maybe he is doing multiple jobs. The housewife today is not only a housewife. She is doing a lot of other jobs outside so that she can contribute to the house financially. She is working part-time, full-time, flexi-time. The children are also very competitive in nature. They are doing their regular studies and they have joined extra classes also. So because this is all very good, people are becoming progressive, this is very good. But in the bargain, they are forgetting some basic things. That meal timings have become very, very erratic, because of which during the day, they cannot sit down together and have a meal. One person is coming, another is going, then the other person is coming, the third one is going. So that is okay. During the day, you can be busy doing your own thing, but at least in the evening, at night, all of you can make it a point to sit down together and enjoy a nice meal together. Having a meal together is a therapy for the family. It gives an opportunity for the family members to sit down and communicate with each other, to talk to each other. There is a nice family bonding and there are positive vibrations which flow inside the house, and family members are very happy and they are ready for the next day. They are recharged for the next day. So I hope you are going to follow this particular rule. Well, the rules as far as meal times are concerned do not end over here. In my counseling center, I do get calls from parents, especially the mothers, and their regular complaint is, my daughter is 18 years old and बिल्कुल काम नहीं करती है घर में, और my son is 20-year-old, आता है, खाता है, चला जाता है. Well, dear children, you might be doing very big things outside, no problem, but you are members of the family, isn't it? You are eating the food. If you are a member of the family, you have to contribute to the everyday jobs of the housewife, to the everyday requirement of the house. And eating a meal is an everyday requirement of the house. So in what way can you contribute to this requirement? Well, again, very simple points. Please do offer to lay the table. Please do offer to pick up the table. Do not only offer, actually get up and do it. And while you are on the dining table, it is very important to offer the food to the members who are sitting. They could be your family members or they could be your guests. It is very important to offer the food with warmth and with a smile. This is very, very important. Well, in our times, it was considered good etiquette to ask the people 4-5 times to eat the food. It was simply good etiquette. And we all had to do it. आप खा लीजिए ना, ये पराठा बना है, इस पे बटर है, आपकी फेवरेट डिश है, आपको जरूर अच्छा लगेगा. But the modern generation does not believe in these asking 5-6 sentences. If a student from the modern generation is said that please ask your uncle to eat, ask 4-5 times, they are very practical in their approach. They will say, खाना रखा है ना, खा लेंगे ना, क्यों बार बार पूछना? Well, dear students, there are no rules which tell you that you must ask once or you must ask twice or 3 times or 4 times, but do ask at least once. And when you are asking the person to eat food, please ask with a little bit of warmth and little bit of smile. Now, reasoning I cannot give you. Only one thing I would like to ask you: when you go out to somebody's house for a meal and you come back, what is it that you really remember about the meal? Is it the taste of the food? No. Chances are that you don't remember the taste of the food, but what you remember is how you were asked, how sweetly the guest, the hostess, spoke to you, and how she smiled, how warm she was. That is what the person invariably remembers. Warmth and smile and genuineness is never out of fashion. No matter how modern you become in life, all these qualities will always be appreciated. Don't you like it? So why don't you give this pleasure to the other people also? Just a little bit of warmth, just a little bit of smile, just 2 sentences extra. It will hardly take 5 minutes of yours, but it will make a world of difference to the people. And this magical touch which you give goes a long way in building your relationships. So, dear students, your first lesson on etiquettes today: go back home and serve a good meal with warmth and a smile on your face to your family members, and give me the report next time. Okay? Let us go on to the next etiquette, which is on please give spaces to your family members. This is very, very important. Although by and large, we are all members of the family, we all are loving and we all follow certain rules and regulations, we all might be responsible people, that is all okay. But each one of us, whatever age group, whether it is a husband, wife, child, brother, sister, grandfather, grandmother, we are all individuals in our own capacity. Our styles of thinking are different, desires are different, whims and fancies are different. People are motivated by different things, our concerns are different. Don't you think we must appreciate the individuality of each and every human being? Isn't it worth appreciation? The world, I think, would become a very boring place if all of us were very similar. We are all different, and that is what makes the world extremely beautiful. You must remember that people are motivated by different things in life. Some are motivated by food, some are motivated by money. Their center is these things. Some are motivated by food, some are motivated by money, some are motivated by pleasure. And on the other hand, there is this other section of people who are motivated by not pleasure-centric activities, but totally different kind of activities. It could be beauty, it could be fame, it could be education, it could be spirituality, it could be peace. So many things are there for a person to keep going. Is anything wrong with any one of the things? Not at all. Each person is free to follow his own path. Who are we to judge other people? Who are we to say कि आपको आगे एक डिग्री हासिल करनी चाहिए कि अच्छे रेस्टोरेंट में जाके खाना खाना चाहिए और एंजॉय करना चाहिए? Please do not try to change people. Let people be the way they are. Let people be their natural selves. If you give spaces to people, they will naturally grow and blossom in those spaces, and the best potential will come out of them, and they will respect you also for giving that space. Well, we are educated people living in families. You have the working class also who demands for space. You have Kantabai coming to your house and telling you, "Jada kit nahi karne ka, main kaam nahi karne wali." What is this? That is the first sentence. When you are hiring a housemaid, she comes and says that this is my list of demands. This has to be followed. That means she is demanding space. So no, if Kantabai can ask for space, nobody likes kit these days. So how is it that we have to tell something to someone? If we expect something, if I expect something from my daughter, how do I tell her? Because nobody likes kit. If I tell her too much, what is she going to say? Mom, please go out. Please don't disturb me. I don't want to listen all this from you. Let me do my own thing. I'm also an individual. This is the reply. Or if I tell something more to my husband, or if my husband tells lots of things to me, we all stop listening to each other because we don't want to listen to do's and don'ts. So what is the technique? The technique is just tell the person what you expect from the person and just move away from there. Give him his space, give him his time, and in his own time the work definitely will be done, and he will definitely respect you for that. Giving spaces is a very, very, very important kind of a mantra which will keep your family together and keep your family very happy. As Khalil Gibran, the Urdu poet, has very rightly said, please keep spaces in your togetherness, because even the pillars of the temple stand apart. Which simply means that if you give the spaces, your family and your relationships can become like a beautiful temple, and that you will be able to enjoy those relationships. Relationships are meant to be enjoyed. It is not only that you have to shoulder the duty and responsibility. ये मेरी responsibility है, ये मेरी duty है. That is a very derogatory way to treat relationships. Relationships are meant to be enjoyed, and you can enjoy relationships only when there are sufficient spaces in your relationships. So keep this point in mind. It will do a lot of good to your family, and it is also good family etiquette to give spaces. Okay, let us move on to the next point now, which is on recreation and fun. Recreation means fun times, going out for movies together, going out for a picnic, going out to a restaurant and eating food, or playing some indoor games. Fun is a very, very important part of life. Everybody likes to be committed. Everybody gives 100% commitment to their duties and responsibilities, but people do get tired. Everybody has a small child hidden in them. The child wants to come out. The child wants to play. The child wants to have fun. And what a better way than for the whole family to take off for a family picnic. Everybody is there together. You are away from your regular responsibilities and the rut, the monotonous day-to-day concerns which are there. You are away from all of that, so that you can enjoy quality time with each other. You can communicate with each other. You can laugh along with each other and have a little bit of fun. It is these moments which are etched in the memories much later. The good moments that you enjoy with your family, you remember for a very, very long time. So it is very important. Recreation and fun is a very important part of family etiquette, and you must take the responsibility to take your family out for a little bit of fun time. That is very, very important. Next is empathize. What is the meaning of empathy? I am sure you must have heard of this word, empathize. Empathy comes from the Greek word pathos, which means a very, very intense feeling. Empathy is a very, very important tool. We must empathize with people. What is the meaning of empathy? Empathy is a superior form of listening. When you're listening, you might respond to the person or you might not respond to the person. But when you're empathizing, you are putting yourself in the shoes of the other person and understanding the person from his point of view. I will give you an example. For example, if a child tells the mother, "Mom, I don't want to go to the school from tomorrow," the normal reaction of the normal mother who is not empathizing would be, Why you don't want to go to the school? We have spent so much on your education. What is going to happen? You are going to get low marks, and this is not correct. I work so hard. You must get 90%. Is the mother empathizing? The mother is not empathizing at all. She has only heard the words, what the child has said. She has not heard the feelings behind those words. The mother who is empathizing will call the child and tell the child, "Come, sit next to me. Tell me, what is your problem? Don't go to the school. No problem, don't go to the school. Come, sit next to me. School is not important. Sit, tell me, what happened?" Now, just these words and just your body language and just a change in the tone is enough. The child feels relaxed, completely relaxed. The child knows that he has no fear now of authority. He has no fear, the barrier is gone, and suddenly the mother who is scolding the child becomes a friend because she is empathizing. Now, when you empathize, the other person opens up. He knows that he has a friend sitting over there, and then he talks. He will tell you what the problem is, and after that you can give the suggestion to him. So, my dear students, empathy is a very, very important tool and a magical tool which all of us should follow in our relationships. It is not only a tool, but it is a very good etiquette to follow. Husband must empathize with the wife. Wife must empathize with the husband. The child must empathize with the parents must empathize with the child. Management must empathize with the workers, and workers must empathize with the management. Empathy is required everywhere. What do you have to do in order to empathize? You just have to change your tone, you have to change your body language, you have to put the other person to ease, and you simply have to understand the feelings of the other person. Not only the words, but the feelings of the other person. Because it is very important for all of us to know that we cannot express everything 100% in words. Do not try to understand people only on the basis of words. You will fall short. We don't have so many words with us. We fall short of vocabulary. You have to understand people by their body language, facial expression, by their moods, by their temperaments, and then accordingly you have to respond to them. Every time, everybody cannot tell you everything in words. But actually you people all know these techniques. Don't you know when to ask for pocket money to your dad? Has anybody told you in the classroom कि इस टाइम पे आपको पॉकेट मनी पूछना चाहिए? आपको पता है. कैसे पता है? क्योंकि आप अपने डैडी का बॉडी लैंग्वेज देखते हो, टोन देखते हो. The day he is very happy and the day something nice has happened and he is, full of joy and happiness, that time you will ask him, Daddy, pocket money मिलेगा क्या? क्योंकि आपको पता चल गया है कि आज वो खुश हैं. So similarly, for empathy, this technique is very, very important, and empathy works as a magical tool everywhere. So please use this concept of empathizing in all your relationships, and you see how your relationships are going to become better and better, and people are going to like you for this, and it is also very good etiquette. The next one is communication skill. Oh my God, communication skill is such an important skill in the modern times. As a communications faculty, I always have to tell people, communicate, communicate, communicate. A lot of your barriers in relationships dissolve when you learn how to communicate well. आप बात ही नहीं करोगे तो आपको पता कैसे चलेगा what is happening inside the minds of the other people. कोई हम Xerox तो ले नहीं सकते हैं. We don't understand what is happening in the minds of the other people, and this creates a lot of misunderstanding in relationships because no one is willing to take the first step to communicate. I will give you one simple example, and it might have happened with you, and it has happened n number of times with n number of people. A father and a son. The son was 20 and he had some problem with his father, and the communication with his father completely stopped. Once he was 23, it was time for the son to get out of the house. Roj, they are staying under the same roof. But after 3 years of no communication, the son had to get out of the house to a hostel. And he said, "Ab time aa gaya hai, I think I should talk to my dad. Because it's been 3 years. I think my dad is angry with me, and that is why he does not talk to me. So I think now I should talk to him." So when the next day when he was about to leave for the hostel, he made the tea in the morning and sat down with his dad and said, "Daddy, चाय आपके लिए मैं लाया हूँ." And he just sat down next to him. "Daddy, क्या आप मेरे से अभी भी गुस्सा हो?" What did the daddy reply? He said, "My dear son, why did you take 3 years to come to me? I have been waiting for you for the past 3 years. आप 3 साल से रोज मैं वेट करता हूँ, आप चाय बना के मेरे पास आओगे, मेरे पास बैठोगे, आप आते ही नहीं थे." The son said, "मुझे ये लगा कि आप मेरे से गुस्सा हो." Isn't it a waste of time? This is a complete barrier of communication. वो barrier कब जाएगा? जब आप communicate करोगे. इसके लिए आपको steps लेने पड़ेंगे communication के. So take the step. If you feel communication is important, take the step. Communicate with the people, communicate in your relationships. Relationships are important. Your ego is not that important. So if you want to keep your relationships, please communicate. Now another area which people must work as far as communication skill is concerned is what they are talking, the content, the vocabulary. That is very, very important. कुछ लोगों का speaker हमेशा ऑन ही रहता है, बहुत लाउड रहता है, और they are blowing their own trumpet. They are constantly talking about themselves. That is not good communication, and that is not good etiquette. You will not be called a good communicator if you are talking only about yourself. In a conversation, when you are communicating with people, it is very important for you to show keen interest in the other person. Remember one rule in life: all human beings, are basically interested in themselves. अगर आप बहुत ज़्यादा अपने बारे में बात करोगे, the other person who is listening to you will lose interest. So please, if you want to be a popular person and if you want people to talk good about you, learn to ask things to the other person about his profession, about what kind of a person he is. We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, which means speak less and listen more. That is very, very important. Show genuine interest in other people and people will appreciate you for it. You will become popular. इसीलिए you must learn different types of conversations to speak to different people about different things. What interests the other person, you must speak about that more. Okay, so develop good communication skills. That is also a very important part of good etiquette. Do not be introverted in life, being only to yourself. आपके पास सब कुछ है, क्या ज़रूरत है किसी से बात करने की, किसी में इंटरेस्ट लेने की? No, it is very, very important. We are members of the society, we are members of the family, we are members of some organization or the other. So communication skill is a very, very important skill and you can gradually develop it. The next one, the next point for etiquette is be prepared for all the ups and downs in life. My dear students, life is not a bed of roses. Every day is not a Sunday. उतार चढ़ाव लाइफ में आते रहते हैं, but what is very important for you is how you deal with all these ups and downs of life. So you must always be prepared to deal with all the ups and downs of life. So what is the magical formula for this? The magical formula for this is always be rooted, be in touch with your roots. You will never go wrong. You might have a bicycle today, or you might have a car the next day, or you might have a Innova or a better car, a luxury car, or you might have whatever. But please do not forget to learn how to walk with your feet. You must always be in touch with that. You might eat in a dhaba, or you might eat on the floor, or you might eat in a restaurant, or you might eat in a 5-star hotel. But please do not forget how to cook food, because you do not know how the times are going to change. If the resources are there today, they might not be there tomorrow. Are you going to sit and cry? If money is not there, resources are not there, are you going to sit and cry? Or are you going to blame the other person that because of you this has happened to me? No, you should be in a position to create your own resources. That is what is good etiquette. No complaining, no cribbing. When times are good, enjoy the great times. When times are not so very good, create your own resources. That is good etiquette. Okay, let us go now to the last but not the least. You call it etiquette or whatever you want to call it. The last point is love and affection. These are very, very simple words, but they are very, very powerful words. No matter how many classes on etiquettes you do, no matter how many institutes you join, there is no comparison for love and affection. If you want your family to bloom, give your family very large doses of love and affection. I don't know whether you call it etiquette or whatever you call it, but it works like magic. Once when I was taking a workshop for a management institute, I was taking a workshop on team building, and the winning team did extremely well and performed very well. And I asked the group leader, what was your strategy for taking the work out of the people? इतना अच्छा परफॉर्म किया है इन्होंने, इतना अच्छा काम किया है और सभी लोग इतने खुश लग रहे हैं, but the other teams I did not see it like that. What was the magic? You know what he replied? It opened my eyes. A very simple reply because his English was not very good, but a very powerful one. He said, Madam, प्यार से काम लो, प्यार से बात करो, सब काम करेंगे और मजा भी आएगा काम करने में. Well, dear students, this is what works for the family also. Your family is a team, and if you want the team to have fun, and if you want a little bit of things happening in the family, your family to be happy, give your family large doses of love and affection, and you see what magic is going to come out of it. Try it. I'm not telling you this is a rule or etiquette, but you can try it. Okay, dear students, I would now like to wind up the session by giving you a list of assignments. Now, I want you to do the assignments with a little bit of commitment. Please do not do the assignments only for the sake of the marks. Marks you will definitely get if you do the assignments well, but you have to do it with commitment, observe the people, observe the situations, and then do the assignments, because it is going to help you to strengthen your personal life as well as your family life. So please jot it down. I am going to give you the list of assignments. I will dictate it slowly. Please do the assignments properly and get it in the next class. Write down the first assignment. Write down an essay on my family with a family photograph. Make the essay as interesting as possible in not more than 250 words. My family is a very, very basic topic which you might have done at the school level. I expect a better level of essay from you at this level. But for those who need a little bit of help, I will give you some pointers which will help you towards making this assignment good. The first thing what you can write in this assignment, introduce each and every member of your family, what type of people they are and what they do. Next one, you can write down under the same essay, what are the good times that you have shared with your family, which you remember, जो पल आपने अपनी फैमिली के साथ बहुत enjoy किए हैं. You can write down about those experiences. And what are the not so very good times or difficult times which you have faced along with your family, and what were the learnings, जो आपने कठिनाइयाँ अपने फैमिली के साथ फेस करी हैं और उसमें से आपने क्या सीखा है, उसके बारे में कुछ लिख सकते हो. Last but not the least, in the same essay you have to write down, what is your contribution to your family in everyday life. आप इलेक्ट्रिसिटी बिल पे करते हो, बैंक जाते हो, टेस्टिंग करते हो, वेजिटेबल्स लेके आते हो. प्लीज राइट डाउन अ लिस्ट ऑफ थिंग्स विच यू डू as a contribution to your family. If you do not do it, then create one list. Next one, write down in about 150 to 200 words the qualities that you admire in each and every family member and that you would like to inculcate in your personality. Each and every family member has certain qualities very different from each other. For example, hardworking is a quality. You can write down hardworking. You can write down how your mother is really hardworking and what are the things that she does in order to make your family go and in order to create good vibes in the family. How does she work hard? So you can write down about hardworking, or you can write down about discipline. How disciplined your father is. How does he keep discipline in the house? How he gets up at a particular time, goes for a walk, does his yoga and meditation. You can write down about discipline and how you would like to inculcate these qualities in your personality. The next one, write down the next question. Caring is a very important function of every family member. Under this, you have to write down a little bit about what is caring, what is concern, and how the different family members show their care and concern for each other. Under this, you can also write down a little bit about your extended family. Your extended family is your mama, chacha, masi, bua. We do get a lot of care and concern from these people. So please write down how you receive the care and concern from all these people. And do not forget to write down how you show the care and concern to these people. That is also very, very important. Next one, what are some of the family etiquettes which are not being followed within your own family setup? So kindly write down the action that you would like to take so that you can correct this particular behavior. So dear students, I have given you a list of 4 assignments right now. I expect you to do any 2 out of this list. Please follow all the family etiquettes that I have given you, and wish you all the best for your exam. And I'm sure if you follow all the family etiquettes, your family is going to be definitely proud of you. Thank you very much. All the best.